Okay guys, we are out here with a new airplane. This is the Sunstreak. It's Brian Faulkner's 1956 English 1/2A model. Sorry there. I have it set up as an electric, so we've got a pretty red hot system here. So this is a 36-inch airplane until you put dihedral in, and then it gets a little shorter. And we have a full-on E-36 system here, and probably about the hottest on the market. So this is a Brother Hobby Returner R2, 2205, 2800 kV, which is a real powerhouse. It's got the arc magnets, all that jazz. That makes for a pretty hot rascal. And this airplane's pretty light. It's only about 140 grams, right at 140 grams. So it's actually a little over that with this timer, because this timer's heavy. This is one of the Forge Electronics timers. I was intending to use the Retro RC timers, which are they simply are one of the dealers. It's the Huben timer. But mine is currently being a piece of crap. So hopefully I can report better on that later. But right now I'm having absolutely no success with it. The Forge timer I'm actually kind of angry at too, because I can't get less than 10-second DT times on it. And my entire point here was to show you how to fly one of these to trim it out. Now, I've got my CG set, and I've got the airplane basically glide tested, trimmed, etc. CG is about at the trailing edge of the wing, which we can vary a little bit, but that's a good place to start. So 2S350 LiPo on here. I've got the power actually derated slightly by using a 6x4 APC prop instead of a higher pitch like a 6x5.5. So that should slowly climb down a little. All right, let's give it a test glide just to show you where we are on this. Very, very floaty airplane. Might be a shade nose heavy, but that's a good place to be. Okay, our motor run is set for 2 seconds and then 10 seconds for DT. I'm not real happy with that. You can get into a lot of trouble in that time. So we're going to see what we can do here. So I let the airplane off, having managed to miss starting the camera, and it face planted. Not on the way up, it face planted on the way down. So it stalled and then did this. So, crap. It had almost pulled out. It was a nice climb, too. We're actually going to extend the motor run now, and here's why. I think the 2 seconds is just too short. Okay, so I have a new prop on here. I've raised the motor run time to 3 seconds. Now, you'll notice that there is a little bit of down thrust in that motor. It's about 2 degrees down and 2 degrees left built in. I need to tweak my wing, that's not good. So that counteracts the right yawing tendency at the beginning of the flight. What we're looking for is for this airplane to go up and spiral to the right. So we'll see how that works. Well, it definitely gets up there. Nice right turn in the glide. There we go. Nice. Slow to come down. All right, let's repeat that once more just to see how everything goes. Nice right-hand spiral. Rolling a little much. And nice rollout. Little stall. There we go. All right, let's talk a little bit about how you come up with this formula that gives you an airplane that practically flies right off the board. Now, there are some adjustments that will need to be made to this airplane, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But the bottom line is you want to be able to go out to the field with your electric free flight plane or glow power or whatever, and you want to be able to repeat this type of a phenomenon, other than the part where I stalled it out. Because quite frankly, it's a hot setup, and running a short 2-second motor run doesn't allow the airplane to get on pattern quick enough. Now, I could mitigate some of that by actually shimming out some of that left thrust. And I would go so far as to suggest maybe you would want to shim out some of that right thrust, left thrust on an airplane like this to start out. Start out with a 2-second run like that, and then the airplane starts peeling off to the right, then you can correct for it. Now, another way to do it is to use RC throttle. So you could actually just plug your ESC and DT servo into your radio, and then you run throttle and another switch for the dethermalizer, and then that way, before the airplane gets too far off track, you can intervene, which is what I typically do. But I know a lot of you guys are just flying electric free flight and aren't really into RC and all that, so you'll want to be able to just go straight to it with something like this. But anyway, the bottom line is, I don't know if it shows up, but this wingtip right here, you can see it has washout. It twists towards the tip, and it twists to the trailing edge, goes up there. That is washout, and it's on my left panel, which pulls that panel down. Now, I have a tiny, and I do mean, you won't even be able to notice it, but I have a tiny bit of right rudder. And that right rudder is also countered with the fact that this airplane, as it pitches up, due to gyroscopic precession, it wants to pull to the right. And that effect kind of bleeds off a little as you get going faster, but it'll stay in there, especially if you maintain a high pitch rate. So as you get rid of elevator trim, the airplane will tend to not pitch up as much, and so it won't pull to the right as much, which is something you should watch out for. If you get too far down, the airplane then will start to drift off to the left, and it will crash. It will come down unbelievably fast. Also, I have a little bit of stab tilt in to facilitate the right-hand glide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a little bit of stab incidence because the airplane is coming up too much for my taste. So we're going to deal with that, and that'll also take care of a little bit of that stall that we saw in the glide. All right, here it goes. So we're going to launch in a right-hand bank. Let's see if I can get my hands on here right. Much better pattern. Not rolling over as much. Nice transition, very nice transition. Steady right-hand glide. I don't know what's up with my DT, but it has not DT'd. I think the rubber band may be stuck. So we get a full flight. Check your DTs, guys. We're about to see how long this thing can fly off of a 3-second motor run. And here's a hint. It's a heck of a long time. Oh, there comes my DT. So I'm not sure what happened, but I'll check that on the ground. All right, we're going to go another 3-second run and see how this goes. I took out another half turn of my stab incidence. So you can see I have very little in there now. See how this goes. Still a nice turn. Rolling over a little. I'm probably going to need to add some tail weight now. And DT actually functioned this time because I got the rubber band on right. Look at how long it takes to come down. I mean, seriously. Okay, now the rubber meets the road. We are going up to 4 seconds on the motor run. This is where we start really seeing the power pattern emerge. Beautiful rollout, way up there.
Uh-oh.
Coming back to us more or less. Wind's really dying down now. Alright, had to change batteries. That one's getting low. We're now up to 5 seconds on the motor run. I took out another quarter turn of stab incidence, so we're running real mild there, but the airplane seems nice and stable. So let's see what this gets us. 5 seconds. This should get way up there. Wow. You can tell it's a much hotter battery too. And DT from absurd altitude. I added that quarter turn of stab incidence back in. So, still on 5 second run. Wow. I'm probably going to take that back out. I don't like how much it flattened out there. Probably needs a smidge of wash-in on the right inner panel. Georgia sunsets are the best sunsets. Change my mind. Also, I have these two. They're trying to imitate me. You gonna throw that?
Yeah.
All right, see you go. That wasn't very good. Paul, can you show them how to do better? Never mind. All right, so I added a tiny little wash-in wedge on my right-hand panel. Oh, Caleb's got it going now. Did. I also added a teensy tiny little bit of left rudder tab. That little thing right there. So, that's to keep it from flattening out like this, and also so it's to keep the yaw from kicking in, and then we've got also some roll trim. So, let's see where this puts us on 5 seconds. Oh, wow. Little stall. From that height, I don't care. Literally don't care, because it's a safe pattern. Because look at how high it is. Don't land on my roof. You're gonna land on my roof. Darn thing. It's gonna land on the frickin'... I may clear it. Yeah, okay. Instead, the pine tree. Alright, 20-second DT now. See how this goes. Still gotta deal with that stall at the top, but wow. A lot of stalling to deal with. Alright, we have changed over to a 6x5.5 prop. So let's see how this goes now. We're back to a 10-second DT on this. Wow, that gets up there fast. That is unbelievably fast. Gonna end up in a tree, even in spite of everything. Only a question of which one. Wow, stayed on the field. Nice. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed watching the trimming on this airplane, and I know we haven't showed any really long glides except for that one. I did have to put a little bit of nose weight on to get rid of the stall. Did a couple flights off camera before we switched to the higher pitch propeller, the 6x5.5. I could show you more, but the reality is this airplane is trimmed at this point. It does what it's supposed to. It goes up in a very safe pattern, transitions relatively smoothly. It's not perfect, but it's close enough for consistency, and it's safe, which is what I'm after. Sorry, glasses are falling off. So the bottom line is you've got really what you need at this point. And at this point, I would go to a contest with the airplane in its current configuration, and I would fly. So that's kind of where you are on that. So I hope you've enjoyed how to trim a really, really hot, small electric model. I'm sure there are a few out there that are a little bit faster, but I do think this one's this is the fastest one I personally have seen, and I've seen some fast ones. So anyway, check the kit out on our website. I'll also include links to all of the electronic bits, and some of those we carry, some we don't. So I'll show you where to get most of that stuff, and that should get you started on your journey down E-36. Obviously, you can derate the power system a little bit to make it less insane, and you'd want to take your time and whatnot. I mentioned trimming these out on RC for those of you that are comfortable with programming an RC setup, which is very, very simple. So anyway, let me know what else you'd like to see us do in electric free flight world, and we'll see you later. Hi, I'm Josh Finn. This is Hope. We are J&H Aerospace.
If you like this video, hit the like button.
Also, how about subscribe to our channel and check out jhaerospace.com for new free flight products and all of the tooling that you'll need to build them.
Thanks for watching.